What's going on, guys? It's your boy the Boxing Lowdown, and I'm back here with another video. Now, as always, don't forget to like, share and subscribe. Feel free to drop a comment if you like and I'll happily get back to you. Now, a review of last night's action. Demetrius Andrade was defending his WBO middleweight title against Ireland's Jason Quigley, and very impressive performance from Demetrius Andrade. Got the win in the second round. We expected him to win, but we didn't know how dominant it was going to be, and Quigley was never in the fight. Shout out to Quigley, man. I mean, he wanted to go in there, put in a good effort, but he was just never in it. Demetrius Andrade, you sense the frustration of the fact of him not landing a huge fight yet against one of the other elite middleweights, and he kind of took it out on Jason Quigley last night, man. It was a very ruthless, destructive performance from Demetrius Andrade, something that we don't really attribute to him that much. Do you know what I mean? Normally with Demetrius Andrade, he can floor his opponents pretty early, but he tends to ride it out and cruise to a decision win. Not last night. He went out there and he just took, I don't know, there's not really much to say. He just took Quigley out, man. 3 knockdowns in 2 rounds, and that was that. So Demetrius Andrade making light work of Jason Quigley. He moves on into 2022 now in search for a major fight against one of the other top middleweights. And of course, when I mention the top middleweights, you've got to look at the other champions like a Jamal Charlo. You've got Triple G and Murata, who will be unifying at the end of the year. And we'll see what happens in 2022. I think Demetrius Andrade needs to get that big 50-50 fight against the elite middleweights. Charlo's name is being mentioned a lot. There's Triple G and Murata who are yet to face each other. But Demetrius Andrade needs one. I mean, he is becoming one of the more avoided fighters out there. And there are a lot of people who seem to put it down to the fact that he can't sell, or, you know, he's not exciting enough, or he's not a big name. Just absolute nonsense that is. And when people say that, it's just, it tells me what kind of boxing fan they are. Because Demetrius Andrade, for me, he's undefeated. Do you know what I mean? He is known. He's been champion for a long time now. He's made about 5-6 defenses, been champion for over 3 years, and he's trying to unify the division. I don't see what the issue is. If somebody like, I don't know, an Avni Yildirim, I know he was a mandatory, but if he can get a title shot, and some of these other guys that are getting title shots are able to come into the frame, they're not big names, so how are they getting their shots? Do you know what I mean? Andrade, unfortunately, because he is a champion, he's not able to force himself up the rankings in like the IBF or the WBC, where they're forced to fight against their challengers. When you're a champion, you tend to get omitted from other sanctioning bodies' rankings, so he's not able to go up that route. But listen, he's got a belt. I don't see what the issue is. He should be able to get a fight against one of the other top guys. The Triple G, Jamal Charlo, his name is being mentioned a lot. Jaime Munguia, somebody, he could be offered a title shot against Demetrius Andrade. I just don't think he'll take it. And the reason why these guys are not taking it is because I think Demetrius Andrade poses a lot of problems. He's not unbeatable. We've seen that he can be touched. I mean, against Liam Williams, he started off very well in there, but at times he did look vulnerable. So it's not like Demetrius Andrade is the most unbeatable fighter out there. He just needs to get a shot. So yeah, I'm going to be one of those guys that will beat the drum and really hope that he does get his, well, I say shot, but he is a champion. So let's just call it, you know, a big fight, because that is what he really needs. Liam Williams to us was a big fight over here in the UK, but in America, Liam Williams is not really looked at as highly as we look at him over here. So it wasn't really the 50-50 type of fight that we were asking for against a Jamal Charlo or a Triple G, a Jaime Munguia, one of those guys, one of the top light middleweights out there. Demetrius Andrade needs a shot, man. So he took it out on Jason Quigley last night, looked very destructive, and Quigley barely laid the glove on him. It was that dominant from Andrade. So more to come, let's hope. And let me know your thoughts about it in the comment section below, man. Demetrius Andrade looking very ruthless last night. Also, before I go, his mum confronted Eddie Hearn. I'm not sure if you guys saw it, but Demetrius Andrade's mother confronted Eddie Hearn backstage, really getting onto him as well, saying like, it's your job to help Andrade get these fights and you're not delivering them for him. So she was talking about Canelo, talking about him cherry picking, and that's when Eddie Hearn really got his back up, when she approached him about that. But at the end of the day, I tend to agree with the mum on a few things, like with regards to how Andrade's career is progressing. You do have to attribute some of the blame to Eddie Hearn as to why he's not landed those big fights yet. Not even against the Danny Jacobs or any other fighter that was in his matchroom stable. He wasn't able to land them fights against those. So you can say Jamal Charlo all you want, but there are other guys in your stable that you could have got him fights in that would have been good fights, like Danny Jacobs, for example. You know, there's other guys as well. Sims, you could have fought against him. and Triple G, he's on the same network, so that shouldn't have been difficult to make. So yeah, you do have to attribute some of the blame to Eddie Hearn, but let's hope that it does happen in 2022, man. Andrade is 33 years old now, so he really needs to get a move on, and I want to see him in one of those fights, so let's hope that it does happen. Let me know your thoughts about it in the comments section below, guys, and I'll catch you on the next video.